I had a dream a couple of days ago where I was making a video using people's dreams that were related to me in the comments section of my latest nuclear explosion video. And I'll put that video in the description box for those who haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, please watch it before you watch this video. So as I was sitting there making this video, Jesus came and he spoke to me and he told me to make a part 2 to my nuclear explosion video and I was to use the comments that people gave me from that video of their different dreams. So I'm going to get right into this. The first thing that I want to add is the young man writer who had a dream about the nuclear bomb and how he saw the Zeppelin. He talked about an alarm that went off, and he sent me a recording of how that alarm really sounded, and this is how it sounded. So to me, that just sounds extremely creepy. That's the sound that he heard. And that sound is actually a tornado siren that went off in Chicago. But it also sounds very demonic and very creepy to me. So anyway, I'm going to get right into going over these dreams that different people had from the comment section. And I'm going to actually play a computerized voice, and I'll add any comments as need be along the way. So here's the first dream.
Prater. On April 1st, 2020, I had a dream on a sunny day that Russia and China was attacking America with nukes. Then I was aggressively shaken awake by the Holy Spirit. But overall I had 3 dreams in 1 month of Russia and China attacking America. Roxanne Huffman. I can confirm this. I had a dream 41 years ago. A missile was hitting Texas in the summertime. It was a clear, beautiful day and everyone was playing and having fun. I was a child when I had the dream and I never could forget it. Now I am 50 years old and you have confirmed my dream. It shook me at that young age. Even when I told it years later, no one listened. Maybe they will now. Summertime was a standout feature of the dream. How could I remember this so many years later? Because God burned it into my memory banks with the strong emotions attached to the dream. I couldn't play, I was warning everyone and no one would pay attention to me. No one. Dominic Lafoy. Wow, shocking. If you read the comments I made on church's blessings, I had nuclear bomb dream, it was so real. He is divinely delivered. I had a dream a while back when the Holy Spirit told me that Russia and China will side together. Senor Pedro. I had the same dream too, where I rushed to my high school, and it was a very bright day. Carista Maloney. Yep. My 9-year-old had a nuclear bomb dream just last week. Tammy Deal. I saw Jupiter and Saturn really huge and close together near us, and another dream of a huge red planet, but I think it was Planet X.
The way that this is shown on the screen, where you see just a portion of Jupiter and then a red planet, this is almost identical to how I saw it in my dream that I talked about in the part 1 video. I also want to point out that I did get a couple of comments from people telling me that the red planet might not have been Mars, but Planet X, Nibiru, those were some of the things that I heard. Was it Wormwood, different things like that. I will say this, in the dream, Jupiter was actually said to me that it was Jupiter, but the red planet, it didn't tell me what this red planet was. So it could actually be something else. Okay, so here's the next one.
Cell_4321. Yes, I had a dream a while ago that I was a bit out NYC and a nuke exploded on this nice sunny day. Repeat. I had a dream about seeing Jupiter in the sky a few years ago, maybe 2017. I was in Los Angeles and saw the gas giant close in the sky, not as close as how you saw it in your dream, and there were meteors falling to the earth. The sky was reddish orangish yellow, a lot of ashiness from the meteors. I had another dream back in I think March of this year about seeing a nuclear bomb going off just west of my town, and the waves stripped the leaves off the trees. Then I found myself on the grounds as a soldier armed with an M16-like gun with 2 other soldiers, and we met some other soldier, but then the dream ended. In 2017 I had a dream where I saw the tree in my backyard, and it had shed most of its leaves indicating it was late fall, like late November. And I heard a voice say to me, when this tree sheds its leaves is when all these things will take place. I thought the dream was for that year 2017, but now I believe it could be for this year 2020. I just recently had a dream this week about seeing the same tree, and it had started changing to its fall colors, and I started thinking about the tragic events that were to take place in the fall, particularly November. There's something about November, and it doesn't have anything to do with the election. Sajwang. Glory to the Lord. I am not a dreamer that I am aware of, however, I too had a dream of a nuclear explosion on a beautifully sunny, white billowy cloud, blue sky day. I believe I had that dream either at the end of 2019 or the beginning of 2020. One of the major things that stood out in the dream was how picturesque the beauty and glory of our Father. I was living/working near the very top of a skyscraper. Similar to the Sears Tower, I would suppose. The events that occurred inside the building were all personal, and I believe that the Lord has given me interpretation on that front. What I have not had, however, is an interpretation of the massive mushroom-shaped nuclear explosion that occurred far off in the distance, as I peered out of one of the many windows of the skyscraper. It was the oddest detail in the entire dream. But I saw it far off, almost as if it could have possibly been released into a completely different state. The sun was shining extremely brightly. Gina Hewitt. In 2016 New Year's Day, I had a dream that Russia bombed America. I looked down and noticed that I had on boots and wanted to change into my black rain boots to go help the people. Then I had a dream that a brown box dropped from an aircraft in a New York City community. Yes, it seemed to be today's Jewish community. Then I said, these people will never leave here. Woman of Israel. I had a dream twice about being nuked. I was driving with my mom on the freeway. And then the bomb was targeted at us. Had that same dream twice. Share love. In November 2016 5 of us prophetic women of God in Akron, Ohio had this same dream that they bombed us. D. Ark. Wow, sister, I was praying for a confirmation of my vision last July 30th. While praying in the morning, I saw a nuclear bomb that looked like mushroom smoke. After the nuclear bomb, I was shown a microchip. Then I saw this video today as confirmation. Probably the nuclear bomb will go off first, then forced vaccination or microchipping will happen when the Antichrist is revealed. Sober-minded. Oh, my goodness. A few years back, I had a dream that a nuclear bomb had gone off, and I could see a mushroom cloud forming in the distance. The force from the blast began pushing cars off the road even from miles away. I would have thought that it would normally be followed by an eruption of smoke and dust, but instead, there were waves of water. The water was coming down the freeways. Immediately after that, I saw a Zeppelin balloon catch fire and fall to the ground and saw the word NATO appear. I knew it had something to do with Russia. I also had the sense that the balloon catching fire was something to do with a treaty violation. Emmy Love. In 2012, I had a vision of watching an old-fashioned circular TV. It was a clear day. I had a view of a mushroom cloud exploding on the earth. The view was from mid-air, and it was an unexpected sight. Reg MIT. Thank you for sharing CIC. I also had this same type of dream of Russia and China dropping bombs in our American country. People were surprised and confused and totally caught off guard. VM Stephi. I had a dream this morning about how they are gonna send drones to hit places where people live. In the dream, I was in a condominium with my brothers. My dog was with one of my brothers, and I went out. It was night. When I was out, I saw something weird on the air. When I noticed it was a drone, I ran like crazy because in the dream I had a knowledge they were dangerous. Soon later that drone hit with 2 missiles the buildings that were a little further from us, and I even felt the waves in the dream. It threw the missiles in different locations opposed to each other to cause more damage. I ran to the building where my brother and dog was and off we went to escape. It was like they were hunting down those that were outside.
So I'm just going to go over a quick summary. I'm not going to point out everything, but I'm just going to point out some highlights. Number one, these people are all talking about this nuke hidden in America, just like the part 1 video. It all has to do with an attack from Russia and China. And I've had personally a lot of dreams about Russia and some Asian country. I wasn't sure if it was China or Korea or what, but I knew it was a Asian country and Russia, and so have my daughters as well. People saw missiles going off in Texas, New York City, Los Angeles. Those are some of the names that I heard, but in Los Angeles it also was meteors. Everyone is talking about what a bright sunny day this was and how people were totally surprised. So don't expect to see anything in the media or possibly even on YouTube. I mean, there's this video, and there's a few other videos out there, of course, but the mass majority of people will be most likely totally taken off guard when this happens. Also, different people talked about seeing planets close to the earth. And we heard Zeppelins again. That was in part 1 with Ryder's dream. And we heard it again here, seeing Zeppelins. And then also drones that were shooting out missiles. And that's not the first time I've heard that either. I've been hearing that for about a year now. Other prophetic people saying that they see these drones with missiles shooting out of them. And I want to point out too that one lady said that she needed rain boots. I was led by the Lord a long time ago to get some rain boots. So I do have some rain boots on hand for the same exact reason that she said that she needed rain boots to help find people and stuff like that. And also there was a Ashkenazi Jewish community that was bombed. And we also heard that there was some type of association with the RFID chip being distributed, which is the mark of the beast. So that was happening. And then there was talk about water. So there was possible tsunamis as well. I want to point out that we have posted on this channel tsunamis and floods. And I didn't even post all of the dreams because at one point my youngest daughter kept having a lot of dreams of floods. And I might have only posted one of her dreams. But we were seeing floods in this community where I live at. And the floods was as high as people's house. So floods, tsunamis, it could also trigger that. You know, if you think about it, if a missile goes in the water, it can easily trigger a tsunami. And then there was also talk about NATO and some association with NATO rising up and something to do with a treaty violation. And I want to point this out, you guys. I've been meaning to say this. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing it to my remembrance right now. And that's that we have had multiple dreams, me and my daughter, seeing this army rise up. And when this army rose up, I have to say this, in both of our prophetic dreams, we did not see the Antichrist rise up yet. He was always like in the background. I'm telling you guys the truth. It was like he was always like his spirit was out. But when this army first rises up, he did not rise up yet. And that is exactly what it sounds like I'm hearing in these dreams as well, when people are saying, do not be afraid of these things, you guys. We just need to make sure that we are right with God. God told me, Jesus told me to my face that he will protect that which is his. So the number one way to be ready for everything that is coming is to make sure that you are right with God, 100% right with God. And don't be stubborn about it, because, I know that a lot of people believe things are going to happen a certain way, and that, is what they have in their mind. And if things don't happen the way that they want them to, that will probably contribute to the great falling away that is coming. But we need to understand that God is not giving all of these people, all of us, dreams for nothing. These dreams matter. So I would take these matters extremely serious, you guys. I love you all. God bless you. Bye.